In haunting footage, the Chernobyl disaster of 1986 unfolds like a slow-motion nightmare. Sirens wail, smoke billows into the atmosphere, and chaos grips a facility once believed to be the pride of the Soviet science. The world remembers Chernobyl, its horror, its fallout, and its political repercussions. But very few know that more than 4 decades earlier, in the heart of Nazi Germany, a nuclear accident eerily similar in its recklessness and ambition had already occurred. It was the first of its kind, the Leipzig Air Force experiment accident, a fiery prelude to the nuclear age and a chilling echo of what would one day happen at Chernobyl. In the early 1940s, Nazi Germany was deeply invested in developing nuclear technology, not only as a potential source of power, but as a weapon to shift the tides of World War II. This initiative, known as the German Uranverein or Uranium Club, gathered some of the country's most brilliant physicists. Among them was Werner Heisenberg, the principal scientist in the German nuclear program during the war, who oversaw various reactor experiments, including those at the Physical Institute of the Leipzig University, a major research hub at the time. On the 23rd of June 1942, the L4 experiment, part of these early attempts to nuclear chain reactions, ended in catastrophe. The Leipzig L4 reactor was a primitive assembly compared to modern standards. It consisted of uranium cubes immersed in heavy water to slow down neutrons, essential for sustaining a chain reaction. But due to wartime constraints and scientific uncertainty, the setup was experimental and unstable. On that fateful June day, something went terribly wrong. The device was checked for a possible heavy water leak. During the inspection, air leaked in, igniting the uranium powder inside. The burning uranium boiled the water jacket, generating enough steam pressure to blow the reactor apart. The glowing uranium powder shot to the 6-meter-high ceiling, and the apparatus heated up to 1000 degrees. Witnesses reported a violent blast followed by a blinding column of flame, which tore through the laboratory. The core materials, radioactive uranium and heavy water, contaminated the site, though the extent of radiation exposure was never formally measured or disclosed. The fire raged uncontrollably, and in its aftermath, the experimental chamber was reduced to twisted metal and ashes. The accident killed the Leipzig L4 project and dealt a symbolic blow to Nazi atomic ambitions. Love diving deeper into military history? This video is supported by my YouTube members who get exclusive videos weekly, not available anywhere else for their kind support. You can join their ranks easily. Just hit the join button now to get the exclusive videos and much more. Thank you for supporting me. I couldn't be doing it without your help. If you want to know more about Germany's Panzer tactics, check out my ebook in the description. Yet, True to the regime's practice of secrecy, the incident was largely covered up, buried in classified reports, and ignored by post-war narratives. While the Leipzig disaster lagged the scale and human toll of Chernobyl, it was in a sense a microcosmic parallel. Both were born from hubris, fueled by untested science, and obscured by authoritarian regimes desperate to preserve their image. The Leipzig accident is a stark reminder that the pursuit of nuclear power, especially under regimes obsessed with dominance and secrecy, can lead to disaster even at its earlier stages. In hindsight, Leipzig was the first warning sign. Nuclear energy is not merely about progress, it is about control, precision, and respect for the unknown. When ambition outpaces understanding, catastrophe often follows. Today, the Leipzig L4 disaster is largely a footnote in the annals of nuclear history, overshadowed by the more dramatic and destructive accidents of later years. But its legacy deserves a place in public memory, not only because it was the first nuclear accident in history, but because it serves as a sobering prologue to every nuclear mishap that came after. Before Chernobyl and before Fukushima, there was Leipzig, a Nazi experiment gone wrong, the silent birth of the nuclear nightmare. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.